that mirror means a lot to me, to be honest. It means to represent my community and the people from color like me. When I went to Asda, one of the kids was with her mom. She recognized me and she came to me to ask me to make sure it was me. I told her, yes, it's me, and they asked me to take a photo.
We started Unified because we wanted to create projects and do things that we would like to see in Cardiff. You know, we both come from Cardiff, and Cardiff doesn't really have like a legacy of art and creativity, even though the people within it are like super creative and stuff. It was just something that me and Shoki personally wanted to start.
Unify is a platform that we use to express our vision. So it could be photography, videography, art, some education. So it is a tool that we like to use to connect to, through our community.
The thing that kind of like brought us together was the fact that we had like both a mutual appreciation of like culture, art. If I saw something cool, interesting, I'd bring it to Shoki, like, Shoki, what do you think about this? And he'd immediately understand, and vice versa. We have similar interests, but also we see things quite differently.
Sometimes the best critique is when someone tells you the truth, be transparent. Normally your friends, they would say they like it or don't because they don't want to hurt your emotions. But with us, we'll just be transparent to each other. So if it's good, he will tell me. And if it needs a bit of improvement, he'll tell me. Also, think about the outcome. We think, what's the purpose? There should be a legacy behind it.
Biggest thing that it represents to me, the Butetown Mona Lisa, is it showcases all the communities and cultures and history and heritage that we have in Cardiff, right? That up until that point existed, but was almost invisible. So when I look at it, even now, 2-3 years later, I still see it as almost like a flag of a community and a flag of the cultures within Butetown primarily, but it trickles onto Grangetown, trickles onto Riverside. For that project to be what it is today, there was a lot of behind the scenes struggles to do things DIY, because it was a DIY project right at that time. I'm very thankful that, we saw it through. Murals are for everyone. It's
more like a public art, if you think about it. Me growing up, I didn't see art around me. If I wanted to, I have to go to a museum. You look at Bristol, you look at LA, you look at other cities around the world. So why can't we have some art? Why can't we change the landscape?
And we're very fortunate here in Cardiff to have the best mural artists in the world. And the guy who did the mural for us, right, shout out to Bradley, is in my opinion, within the top 5% of that discipline. So yeah.
I didn't anticipate that would have a massive impact. So I was really overwhelmed. And to see how people view it, they connected. It's just something that I'm proud of.
It was in Butetown for a specific reason, right? Because we wanted our communities to see themselves.
Every time I pass there with my kids, they know it's me there. I feel so proud of myself to be there.
Seeing somebody who's black, right, on a wall celebrated like that to that magnitude, right? Hopefully a lot of kids are just gonna be walking past that and it's their first time they're gonna get exposed to art of that scale. And they can interpret it in whichever way. Our hope was to do that, was to expose it to young people. We always envisioned it to be on that wall that it is today, right? Not mischiefs. Once it got defaced, once McDonald had painted over it, they asked me, we want to repaint the mural. Is there any way you'd like to do a little bit differently? I said, yeah, well, there's a building on the bottom of James Street. The history behind that wall is crazy because that was where Lynette White got murdered, right? The police decided that they wanted to arrest people from our community. And none of this I knew at the time, right? I just saw it as a beautiful wall. I'm looking from an architectural perspective, oh my God, right? If they had an image on that, it would just be so powerful, just on a landscape. But then people were educating me about the history behind it. And I just thought it was a massive way to turn the history on that whole chapter. I think the responsibility of an artist, of a creative, is to constantly evolve. The amazing thing about the time that we're in 2025, anything's possible.
We've got plans, collaborations. It's taking its time, but we're patient. So hopefully, 2025, there'll be a lot.
Very exciting times. Very exciting times, you know?